Alright, you guys, I'm back again with another video, and I've been wanting to do a story on this, and I've been talking about it with a friend or whatever. I don't know if you guys know who Tommy Sotomayor is, but I was watching this show and he was talking about like trans and whatnot or whatever, and tricking people and all that stuff like that. So me and him in the comment section kind of had like a little talk, basically saying I disagree with him. I praise him on certain things because I do agree with some of it, a lot of the stuff he's saying. But I feel like with that one, I feel like a lot of people, even intelligent people who are critical thinkers, when it comes to trans, they intelligence seems to go out the window. It's like intelligence goes out the window. And I'm not sure why, but for whatever reason, whether they're not educated on it, whether they don't care to be educated even a little bit on it because they don't like them, especially with stuff that's going on in sports, which I criticize certain things too. I'll support you to an extent, but I feel like when it comes to sports and all of that, I got an issue with that. But anyway, um, so I was going back. Me and Tommy Sotomayor was talking in the comment section a little bit, and then someone else came in. It basically said, no, they're wrong. Because my point was, these men be knowing. They know that they're messing with trans. It's not a secret. I'm not buying into oh, I didn't know. And the reason why I took her life is because she didn't tell me. And we did this and I didn't know. But all this other blah, blah, blah. I don't buy that. And usually when you do follow-up stories, you know that they're lying. Or if you just look at the photo of the transgender woman, you would know that, dude, how do you not know? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at a still shot and I can tell. Now, can you imagine if they talking and walking and engaging with you? It's a good chance you're gonna know. I'm not buying it, but some people try to act like they find it hard to believe that there are a lot of men out there that are into that type of stuff. Not all, but there are a lot of men that are into type of that stuff, and it is what it is. That's your business. So now, one of the guy was saying like, oh no, some of them don't be knowing these trains be out here tricking, blah blah blah, and they tell me they say it in the videos. You see it in videos, and it didn't click right away when he said you see it in videos. I'm thinking he's saying basically when it's like if you on social media, Facebook and stuff, and then it's like this man, it'll be, I'm gonna just say a name, Jimmy. He said the reason why he killed Sasha the trans is because he didn't know. And I'm thinking that, like, that's what he's saying. But then something clicked, and I don't know why. I can't remember if I looked it up or it was suggested, but it says a bunch of these videos that says he didn't know I was transgender. Story time. Now look at this, y'all. Clearly, this is a trending thing. I want you to keep looking. See all these stories? Boom, 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 boom. So it's a thing within the trans community to share these type of stories. Okay? It's a thing. Let me just show you guys one video real quick. Let me show you how this girl look. Let me get that situated. Look, I cut the sound off. Let me cut the sound on. Now this child want people to believe that no one knew that she was. Wesley Snack, I ain't trying to be disrespectful, but when y'all come on and do stuff like this, I feel like I have an issue with these he didn't know I was trans story time. And you can tell they all taking notes from each other because they're like posing like this and he didn't know it. I think that's their favorite one. Trying to be cute and I don't know, child. Listen. Shout out to the trans out there. I ain't got no issue with you for the most part. Yes, there's certain things I criticize, but we all can get criticized sometimes. But when it comes to this, right, I used to get so on people and be like stop, because the community is so small as it is. Like, stop pushing false narrative, right? But then when I came across this, I'm thinking that's what the guy was saying. I seen videos basically of them saying it themselves, and I'm looking at when I'm looking at these videos. I'm looking at these videos and I'm just like, okay, I can tell, I can tell, I can tell, I can tell. And then I'm thinking with the ones that look kind of pretty, I'm like, but when you start talking, I can tell. When I go to your Instagram and I look at more pictures, I can tell. So how can these men that see you in person can't tell? Like, how y'all moving and how you guys are talking and your big feet. Like, how do they not know? Like, you know. And I would say, like Tommy Sotomayor, they like to use her as an excuse because she was on Vlad basically saying that she tricked guys and she will hold and tuck her penis and her balls and cut the light off and tell them that her period was on so they can only get it from the bed. I'm like, girl, get out of here. Like you pretty in still shots, but I can still tell you a dude. Like you were born a man. I can tell. Like, so please stop trying to make it, trying to validate yourself and for people to believe that you look so much like a woman that no one know. Like, child, like, come on now. You know you full of crap. But anyway, so I look at enough of these stories, even today before I did this, I look at enough of these stories and I see, again, like, that's one of them that I show you. It's a lot of them. And yeah, some of them at first glance, they look pretty. But when they start talking, you can tell. So it's like, and a lot of them still have their male parts down there. So a lot of these stories is just like, most of them, I got him at my house and he didn't know until I got him to the house, and then I tell him. And then it's either like they just leave them or complain and still mess with them. So it's like, I'm not sure about that. I think dude, old boy knew anyway. And there was another one with this other trans. Let me show you, because I could tell that was trans too. She was basically saying like, he got her an Uber or whatever. Dang, what the hell at? Oh, a Uber or whatever. This her right here, y'all. This her. Boom. Let me play it. But she was basically saying he got her an Uber and all of that, and got her out there and see he don't get down like that. He was a Jamaican. However, hold on. Let me fast forward this stuff so y'all can. I just trying to get to the. We are just chilling. Move, girl. Boys, they real chill, whatever. So I get in. Y'all, like, I swear. And you see the hands. Is that like, dang, lift your hand up, child. This is like a fucking movie. Look at them hands. So I'm like, and you can just tell, like, you can tell, a lot of them you can tell. So it's like, y'all ain't tricking nobody. Like, her story didn't even make sense. Like, oh, he came, I went there, he told me to leave, but then called me back a few days later after he left me stranded. So he keep begging you to come back so y'all can do stuff, and you went back. It's like, come on, like, y'all just be saying all kind of stuff to, and the reason why I got an issue with this, y'all, I'm gonna tell you right now, because some people will look at this, like Tommy Sotomayor, and say, I don't have to listen to you, Josh, talking about me, or anyone else. I can go on YouTube right now and look at all these stories of these trans saying that they're tricking men. Now, see, I got an issue with that, and here's my issue with that, a part issue. To an extent, I can understand a person who's straight and not of that world, not even close to that world, can be foolish sometimes. But when you got people who are really intelligent and critical thinkers like a Tommy Sotomayor, ain't no way you buying these bullcrap stories. Like, ain't no way you buying these bullcrap stories. You see what I'm saying? So it's like all common sense just goes out the window. Critical thinking goes out the window. Like, it's like, who's buying this? Like, no one's in their right mind is truly buying this, right? But here's my thing, right? I look at it like this. They would say, well, they said it themselves. So what you have to say, and I'm going to say this, just bear with me, all right? Why would they do that then? It's not making them or the community look good. So why are they doing it? Well, obviously, I showed you guys it's trending, right? It's a trending thing that they do. They're doing this to get likes, click, views, attention, to grow their channel so they can be that trans YouTuber or the big YouTube transgender girl or whatever. They're trying to shock people. And that's how they're trying to bring in some people with the views and whatnot. And also, and like I said, you could tell by they posing, they all taking notes from each other, right? On how they pose, they're all doing the same thing. But also, these women, these trans women are trying to validate themselves as well. Just like them getting into sports. Just like Sydney Star wanting to be on the Bad Girls Club with these natural born women and ran around and fight with them. They're trying to validate themselves by telling them these stories. And a lot of these stories, I think, it's altered. It's a lie. It just doesn't make sense. But they're trying to validate themselves by saying, I look so much like a woman that these straight men want me. And I think it's a kind of a call out to straight men to say it is okay to mess with me because they find me attractive. It's not really gay if you find me attractive, just like how you find a woman attractive. So I think that's what it has to do with it as well. But the issue with that is why a lot of these trans who doing this stuff like this are being selfish and thinking about their own little personal gain or what they little need or what their gratification, what they're getting from this, right? They're giving others who may not be educated or who don't like them a reason They're giving them examples to use to say, this is why you deserve to die. And we're going to push that narrative and say that y'all out here tricking people as a whole. Like, that's what most transgenders are doing. And I don't believe that. Even for the ones who want to play these games and tell these stories and whatnot. No, and again, even in some of these shots, some of them look pretty. But if you start looking at the video, you go to the Instagram, you can tell. You can tell. It's like some of them is like, you got the audacity. You got the audacity to sit here and say, oh, I hate that now. And I'm like, come on, stop it. Stop it. Stevie Wonder can see that. Cut it out. So, I don't know. Tell me what you guys think about this. Is that, fellas, if you watching this, do you have a personal story where one legit tricked you? Did y'all do something SEXUO and you didn't know? Now, I will say this before I go, though. I do believe that there are some that look so pretty, but they don't have the bottom part done, because most of them don't have the bottom part done, that they could give oral to a person and not tell them. I believe that is possible. Now, do I believe that most trains are putting themselves in that position? No. But is it possible? I can see that happening. Yeah, I can see that happening. And for the ones that do that, it is wrong. It is definitely wrong. But that's not how I believe most of the trans community are moving and trying to put themselves in situations where they could die or get harmed. They're just not moving like that. But for the most part, I'm going to tell you like this right now. When you see men are involved in stuff like that, it's because they know. They know. They know. So that's my view on this. But I do feel like these stories are doing more harm. Uh, and I think they need to think about it, because a lot of these stories are just lies. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling y'all, they're lies. They're doing it for click and views and to validate themselves and whatnot. And they say, hey, be trans, do your thing. That's your journey. But you ain't got to do all of this and whatnot. But again, that's my opinion. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section. Peace. I'm out.